Hi. Okay, so I know I usually do these like movie reviews in like voiceover, but so makeup looks pretty good, and like I'm very white, like washed out. Anyways, so I was like, yeah, did this just solely on the fact that my eye looks kind of cool, and I don't want to take it off yet, even though it's like 1:30 in the morning. So I watched Host. There's a lot of movies called Host or The Host, but this one specifically is from Shudder, and it came out like recently. It's like a horror scary movie, and I'm just gonna try not to spoil anything because I want people to watch this movie. It's honestly good. Like, obviously I'm comparing it to Unfriended because it's kind of like the same format. Unfriended is basically a Skype call, and this movie it's a Zoom call, but it's basically the same, like, oh, you just see this computer screen. And honestly, very realistic. I heard that they filmed this actually, like, because they mentioned COVID, and that they filmed it, like, each actor filmed it in their home. Honestly, like I said, impressed. Each character felt like a character in the sense of, like, for example, in Unfriended, like, they were archetypes of, like, they were just all mean, and then like they didn't make sense of why they were friends, whereas this group actually kind of made sense why they were friends. And my favorite is, I think, Emma. Yeah, Emma's my favorite because there's Haley, Gemma, Emma, Radina, Caroline, and Teddy, but Teddy's like Teddy. Like I said, I was gonna spoil something, but I don't want to spoil it. But I it's very hard not to spoil it, but I'm gonna give like this little summary. So basically it starts off, they are having this Zoom call with kind of, I think, someone who's like spiritual, and she's gonna like do it like a seance or like an astral plane, and it's contacting people from like beyond the grave. And so they're asking, like, can you contact a dog, can you contact someone's like pet who has passed, and she's like, of course. And someone asks, Jem asks, like, oh, I don't like, my ancestors are Chinese, but I don't speak Mandarin, so like, and she was like, there's no language in the astral, like stuff like that, right? And so that's kind of like their main thing. But a little tiny spoiler. Haley, which is she's kind of the main protagonist, but honestly there is no main protagonist. They all really carry this movie. But Haley, from the beginning, we're seeing that in her house, there's kind of like, she's more inclined to do this whole thing because she's kind of already being haunted at home. Like, there's already like noises and things moving, and so we're like, And like I said, I don't want to spoil it, but I genuinely, like, the comedy was, well, of course, they do mention COVID because they're all quarantined, and they actually talk about realistic things that are happening to each person who's at their home. And the acting was very well, in the sense of, like, when traumatic things happened, they all reacted, and they would all, like, it looked real. It wasn't like, oh my god, ghost, oh. They were all like actual people, and I really enjoyed that. And I also like that, and like the whole entire, because I don't know how they edited this. I think, like, because it looks like it's very realistic. I mean, they even do like the whole lagging stuff, and one time she's like on this Zoom call, but she also has her phone, and so it's like echo, like, it's just like very like realistic. But basically, what was I saying? My brain. What was I? Oh yeah. Okay. So the whole, like, how they edit it is because sometimes they focus on one person, but then it goes back to the normal Zoom calls. If you don't know, I mean, Zoom is pretty popular these days, but you can show like the whole entire like group in like the screen, or a specific, as according to like who's talking and stuff. So we kind of like switch off. And the great thing about the whole layout of seeing each actor, because it was basically 1, 2, 3, 4, like, I think, wait, how many? Haley, Gemma, Emma, Radina, Caroline, and then the seance lady and Teddy, 7, right? So you can see like all of their screens. And I hate that I'm calling her a seance lady. I completely forgot what is her thing in the movie. Spiritual person, advisor. But anyways, and in each frame, when things kind of start developing, you can see different things happening, like things in the background moving. Like, I was literally paying attention to each screen like this, like, okay, what is happening? And it, like, I personal favorite is Emma. just her acting and the way that she reacts is just like, I felt so like relatable to her like reactions to things. And Caroline as well, her actor, she was just, because you're basically like, obviously they're reacting to nothing, because obviously the things that they're gonna basically what I mean is like, they're gonna edit the scary bits later, or like, you know, they're reacting to, I assume they're reacting to nothing. So to have that visceral reactions are amazing. Like, there's no like, oh yeah, pretty makeup, and there's no, they're like sweating, they're like tears streaming, and it felt so real. Like, I was genuinely watching like through, like, I had my glasses on and I accidentally pushed my glasses in. I was watching through like my fingers. I don't want to hype this movie up, you expecting like this horror movie masterpiece, but I do want you to watch it because it is good, and I think it really did a good job, and I am honestly pretty impressed. I'm impressed with obviously how they use the layout of the whole entire thing, and they're none of them are dumb. None of them are like purposely dumb where you're like, how do they do that? No, they all are logical, and they're all acting according to what an actual person would do. And like, in some movies, people are just like, you know, but in this one it's not. So I'm gonna leave it at that, because if I keep on talking, I'm gonna spoil it, and I don't want to spoil it, so I'm probably gonna do a spoiler like review after, like, you know, this one's not spoiler and the other one will be spoiler. So yeah, but for me, honestly, I really love horror movies. I love like scary movies. I absolutely hate when they do a jump scare with like music and like, but it's not a jump scare, it's just like a, well, it is a jump scare, but it doesn't like leave you scared. It just, you jump and you're like, oh, that wasn't scary. This one isn't. This one I'm like, what the heck? So yeah, I would give it an 8 out of 10. Honestly, an 8 out of 10. I mean, it's like I said, don't hype it up. I'm like, don't hype it up when I've been spending like 7 minutes hyping it up. But it's, like I said, it's good, but it's 50 minutes. It's very to the point, like, you know, so it's like basically like if you were in the Zoom call. So yeah, don't want to spoil anything else. Go watch it, and obviously if you watched it, tell me what you think. Tell me if you're gonna go watch it. Like, just watch it. I'm like literally recommending it to all my friends. I mean, like, go watch it. So yeah, bye.